Hello, Weber students and families. It's Miss Olson, and I am back again to be your library and technology teacher for this school year. You might also hear me referred to as your media teacher. Today, we are going to talk about how to use Seesaw. The first thing that we are going to cover is how to log in. This is for students in grades 3 through 5 who are using laptops to access the Seesaw platform. The next step for our students in grades 3 through 5 to access the Seesaw platform is to first open a browser. They can choose Google Chrome, they can choose Microsoft Edge, they can choose Firefox. You can choose any browser that you have a personal preference in using. Once you've opened your favorite browser, you need to go up to the top left corner to the address bar, also known as the URL, and you need to type in the following: app, period, seesaw, period, me. And then you go ahead and hit enter, and you will see the next screen that is going to show up on the next slide. Thank you. Congratulations! Now you've reached this screen. You want to find the middle bar that says, I'm a student. It also has pictures of two kids to give you clues as to which bar to click on. So when you see the middle bar that says, I'm a student, please go ahead and click there. Once you've clicked on the bar that says, I'm a student, you will now see this screen. You want to look down near the bottom where it says text code. You will be typing in a code that you got from your teacher when you attended orientation last week. This is an example of the paper that you should have received at orientation last week from your teacher. 3rd through 5th grade students should look at the top orange arrow. It is pointing to a unique 16-letter code that is your private code for logging into your classroom Seesaw account. Okay. Please type that code into the text code box and then click go. After that, you should be logged into your Seesaw class. Next up, we're going to talk a little bit more about how to use the Seesaw platform. The next thing that we're going to talk about is how to locate your different classes in the Seesaw platform and also how to use the tab features. The next thing that we're going to talk about is that once you have successfully logged into Seesaw, we're going to show you how to locate your different classes and also how to use the tabs in Seesaw. After you have logged into Seesaw, your screen will look something like this. If you notice up in the top left corner, you should have your name available and posted. When you click on your name, it's going to list all the classes that are available to you. It provides you with a scroll bar so you can move up and down. Included in your classes are your 4 different specials. Mrs. Miller teaches art, and she has a palette as an icon for her class. I'm Miss Olson, and I teach library and technology, and I have an owl as my icon. Our school is hiring a new music teacher since Mr. Cooper moved on to Walden Middle School. So the music class has an instrument. And finally, Mrs. Dietrich, our PE teacher, is featured with a basketball and a soccer ball. You will also find something that is often referred to as AM attendance, although your teacher might personalize this class. For example, a first grade teacher, Mrs. Barrett, might actually put her name instead of AM attendance. Next, we are going to review the 3 tabs that every student will see when using the Seesaw platform. Tab number 1 is Journals, tab number 2 is Activities, and tab number 3 is Inbox. And now we are going to explore the 3 tabs provided to all students in the Seesaw platform. The first tab is Journal, the second tab is Activities, and the third tab is Inbox. Journal will show completed work once it has been completed by the student and submitted and then approved by the teacher. At this point in time, there is nothing in the journal account. Activities are different things that the teacher has assigned. This can be the classroom teacher, or it can be any of the 4 specials teachers. So right now, Tyler Peruski has 2 assignments from Mrs. Helmstetter, and he can work on one or both of them. The instructions are included, and then he has a choice. It shows him what to do, and he can scroll back and forth because the number is 2, and so it's showing 2 different assignments. If he chooses to pick and work on one of them but doesn't finish, he hits add response but doesn't finish, he can always click in progress and it will stay right here, and he can work on it at a later point in time. If he actually finishes the activity that was assigned, then he will go ahead and click the done mark, and then the done mark will show that the activity was finished, and it will actually move it to the journal tab. The final tab is the inbox. In the inbox, you will find messages from the classroom teacher and notifications from the classroom teacher and or from parents. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to go up here back to Tyler's name in the top left corner, and I'm going to go ahead and choose my own class, Miss Olson, for the library technology. I have assigned one activity to all students in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. And yes, surprisingly enough, I have had quite a few students complete this activity already. So this is a to-do for Tyler, and he can also check the inbox, and there is an announcement from me. And the announcement says, "Welcome to our library and technology class. I am happy to have you here." So each individual specials teacher can provide an announcement or a notification. Parents can comment on work, and then also if you are in the teacher's AM attendance, or what they're choosing to call it, if they have any messages for an individual student or for an entire class, you will find it in the inbox. The final 2 sections of Seesaw are activities and tools. I am very lucky and grateful to work with so many wonderful colleagues in our Lake Orion Community Schools. So we are going to have a guest teacher, Mrs. Crispin, who is the Elementary Library and Media Specialist at Carpenter Elementary, one of our 6 elementary schools in Lake Orion, and she is going to explain how to use all the features and activities and all the ways to use the tools. So I am thankful and grateful for her collaboration and appreciate when we as friends, family, neighbors, colleagues can work together to make this as successful as possible. Thank you and enjoy.
Now we're going to talk about activities. You can think of activities as assignments that your teacher has given you to complete. When you're ready to complete an activity, you'll be able to find it in the Activities tab where you see the light bulb. The instructions for completing your activity will be right here. You may also have some voice instructions that your teacher has left. When you're ready to do the activity, click on the green bar that says Add Response, and your activity will pop up. If you are ever wanting to see the instructions again that your teacher has left you, you can go up here to the top and click where it says View Instructions, and you can look at those instructions again. Click on the X to close them. When you're done completing an activity, you have a couple of options. If it's something that you would like to go back and work on again, or maybe you haven't finished it all the way, you would click on the orange check mark that says Draft, and that's going to save it in your In Progress folder, and you can go back and work on it later. If you are all done with an activity and you want to turn it into your teacher, you'll upload it by clicking on the green check mark here. And then it will upload, and now it will show in your journal. And also, if you go to your Activities tab and click on Done, it will show in there as well. That's how you reply to activities. Now that you know how to find activities and respond to them, we're going to talk about the tools that you can use in Seesaw while doing those activities. When you are completing activities in Seesaw, there are a lot of different tools that you can use. We're going to go through a few of the basics. If you want to type something in Seesaw, you'll click on the T to get your text tool. This will give you a text box that you can type in, and you can change the color of your text by going to the color palette on the right. You can also change the size of your box, and you can click and drag it around your canvas. If you want to record yourself saying something, you can use the microphone tool. The camera tool will let you take a picture right in Seesaw. You might get a message asking if the camera can be allowed, and that's okay. You can click allow, and then you can take a photo. You can resize that, and you can move that around too. You can also take a video under the camera tool, or you could upload a photo that you have saved somewhere else on your device. The three dots has shapes that you can click on and add to your canvas. You can move those around, you can make them bigger or smaller, and you can also change the color of them by going over to the color palette. Also, under the three dots, you have your background that you can change by clicking, and you can add a link. Along the bottom, we have the Move tool. Sometimes it might be called the Hand tool or the Finger tool, but you would click on that if you ever wanted to move something around. Also, if you want to click on a link, you should be on that tool. The rest of the tools along the bottom are writing tools. We have a pencil and a pen and a highlighter and a glow pen, and this last one is an eraser. You can change the color of the tools the same way you did with other things by just going to this color palette and finding the color that you like. You can also change the size of these writing tools by clicking. After you've clicked on them, click on them one more time, and then you can change the size of the line that that tool will make. The eraser, if you click on that, and just drag over what you want to erase. That will get rid of anything that you want to erase. You can also use this button up here. This is your undo button. So if you ever do something and you want to change it, you click your undo button. And then this button is your redo button. If you want to redo something, you would click there. If these tools are ever in your way while you're working, you can click on this button right here, and that will hide your tools. And then you can click again to get them back. Those are some of the basic ways that you can use tools in Seesaw. I hope you learned a lot about Seesaw and how to use it for completing your activities. If you have any questions, I am always here to help.
To wrap things up, I just wanted to remind you that if you have any questions, concerns, and/or technical difficulties, please do not hesitate to contact me. If I can't answer your question, I will surely put you in touch with someone that can resolve the issue for you. I want to say thank you again for the time, energy, and patience it took to watch this video, and I want you to know you might need to watch it more than once. Thank you again, and have a great start to our unprecedented school year. I miss our kids tremendously.